What's going on, guys? This is Dr. Ivan Garcia. I'm a family medicine doctor practicing in South Texas. I'm a fitness enthusiast and an amateur runner. So I want to talk today a little bit about restarting training. So I've had a lot of work in the past few weeks, maybe about the past few 6 weeks, and then I haven't been training as much, so it happens. But getting back on the training schedule, it's not very difficult. So what you do is you walk to get back to running. You walk, and then you run for 1 minute. And then after your minute is done, you walk again. And you try to keep your heart rate around zone 2. So whatever your age is, 180, you minus your age, and that's more or less where you want to be, The other thing is you can do the breath test. So if you feel a little bit out of breath, but can still hold a conversation, that's pretty much where you want to be. So they call that conversational pace. So that's what you do. So I have a watch here that has the intervals. So right now, 1 minute, and then I run for 1 minute. You do a nice, easy run. So after you're done with your minute, you walk again. So I'm gonna do that a total of 10 times today, and about 2-3 minute warm up and about 2-3 minutes of cool down, and that's gonna be walking. So we're here in, I guess it's called Jackson Street Trail here in Edinburgh, Texas. So this is the second or third time that I've run this trail. I really like it. It's really long, and there's this lane to go one direction and a lane to go the opposite direction. So it's pretty flat too. So I'm gonna do about a 2-mile run today. So see, and now you walk again. And that's pretty much one of the best things that you can do. So run, walk can be 1 minute and 1 minute. Then once you're comfortable with that, you can do 2 minutes of running, then 1 minute of walking, then 3 and 1, 4 and 1, 5 and 1, and so on and so forth. Some people, even if they're in really good shape, like to do walking breaks. So what they do is they do sometimes 10 minutes running and then 1 minute break, to keep pretty much fresh and be able to train more. So a lot of people, what they do is they start training and they start exercising, and the exercise is too heavy, or too intense. And when you do that, then the next day you're so sore that you can't train again. So I usually try to do it, to about 80%, 75%. So you do want to have a little bit of soreness, but you don't want to be so sore and so fatigued that you can't exercise the next day. So, see, running, keeping the conversation, and then we're taking walking breaks. So 1 minute, 1 minute. So this is a good workout to try. And a lot of the smart watches and even the old school watches, they have the capability to have a timer, and that's what you can use. So that's a good thing to try. Okay, walk again. All right. Stay active, stay fit, keep on exercising. So I don't know if this happens to you guys, but like I'm a big 80s and 90s kid. So sometimes I can think about those decades, especially the 90s and the early 2000s. I think about, you know, all the stuff that we had, and I think about it with nostalgia, right? So I've been running and going to the gym off and on since like 93, and I was thinking about workout equipment, right? So I would look at shoes now, and I was like, oh man, I remember like the Nike Pegasus, what were they, like 20, 23, 22, and the Vomeros, I think it was like 3 or 4, and I was like, oh man, those shoes were so much better than the shoes that we have now. And I always used to think about that. I would sometimes look for them on eBay, or see if somebody had some old new stock, and then about 1 or 2 years ago, they had a reissue of one of the Vomeros from like 2009 or 10, and I tried it out. Man, running shoes are so much better today. By far. They're so much lighter. The cushioning is more responsive. I have the Hoka Clifton 9 on right now. And I love them. They're pretty good. I had the very first Hokas that came out, so the Clifton 1, and I wasn't too impressed with them. They were very stiff. So when you're a bigger guy, you want to have softer shoes because you need that protection. Somebody who's lighter can get away with wearing very light and stiffer shoes. And also depending on what you're going to do, right? So usually I do softer, heavier shoes for easy runs like today. And then I'll get lighter, stiffer, more reactive shoes for shorter workouts. The Cliftons you can pretty much use for both. So if your budget allows for more of a rotation, you can have different pairs of shoes. If you only, if your budget only allows for one, then I would recommend something like the Clifton series. And also the Asics Nimbus are really good. But the best thing is to go to a running store and get fitted. Because not everybody has the same side, the same sort of heel strike or foot strike, and also the way that your foot rolls in. So we call that pronation, and there can be pronation. So some pronation is normal. The foot is supposed to do that, but there's people that over roll on the inside. We call that over pronation. And there's people that when they step, they roll outward. So we call that under pronation or supination. So there's shoes for all that. But going to a running store here in McAllen, there's two. I'm not affiliated with any of them, but I think one is Fleet Feet, McAllen. I'm pretty sure they do that type of test. Any large U.S. city, and even medium-sized U.S. city that has a running store, will do that. They'll scan your foot, give you the right size, and then test you for pronation to see what shoes benefit you. Then you try them out. Man, it is hot.